Hi, we are here in New York City to talk about medical schools in New York. Attending med school in New York is something that is desirable for many applicants because the location offers many benefits. According to U.S. News and World Report, New York University, Columbia University, Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, and Weill Cornell, as well as University of Rochester and Albert Einstein, are ranked among the top 50 medical schools in the country. Medical schools in New York vary with regards to their levels of competitiveness, and some state schools are less competitive for in-state applicants. Overall, there are many options for students to explore, making medical school in New York a great option for a diverse group of students. My experience in academic medicine here at Mount Sinai and on medical school admissions committees, together with my 12 years of advising applicants privately with med edits, gives me a comprehensive understanding of what it takes to get into medical school. In this video, I will detail how competitive it is to get into New York medical schools and what you can do to increase your chances. First of all, be realistic about your competitiveness and do what you need to improve your chances. When deciding where to apply to medical school, you should consider how your average GPA and MCAT compares to the school's average GPAs and MCATs of accepted students. If your GPA or MCAT are lower than those of accepted students, do what's necessary to make yourself competitive. Assuming your MCAT and GPA are competitive, your personal statement, work and activities entries, letters of reference, and secondary essays must highlight your story, your interest in medicine, and your distinguishing insights. If you are competitive applicants for medical schools in New York, it is essential that you determine whether the school is aligned with your own ideals, interests, and goals. A medical school's secondary essay prompts can offer you ideas about what is most important to the medical school. For example, Columbia asks the following: what challenges do you expect to arise from living and working in a complex urban environment? How will you meet them? This is a question our applicants often find challenging. Columbia wants to know that you understand the challenges of living here in New York City, which is very urban. Think about your living conditions. You might not have much space. What about the noise? Sometimes it is tough to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. How about transportation? Not everyone loves New York subways, the unexpected delays, and the crowds. New York is also a very diverse city, both in the hospital and outside. While very exciting, this can also present challenges. Show that you truly understand the challenges of urban living. Icahn Mount Sinai poses this question: please tell us about a situation in which working collaboratively on a team was challenging. What did you do? What did you learn? Mount Sinai wants to know that you can navigate conflict, that you are a good team player, and that you understand the value of collaboration. So how competitive are you for medical school admission in New York? To determine your competitiveness for a New York medical school, you must review the average MCATs and GPAs for in-state or out-of-state students, depending on the category you fit in, as well as the medical school acceptance rates. What are the average stats for New York medical schools? You will see that there is a huge variation. For example, New York Medical College has an average GPA of 3.63 and an average MCAT of 511 for accepted students. Because New York Med is considered one of the least competitive medical schools in the country, they receive an astounding number of applications. Last year, they received more than 11,000 applications and interviewed more than 1,000 students. At the other end of the spectrum, Columbia has an average MCAT of 520 and a GPA of 3.83. They receive more than 7,000 applications and also interview over 1,000 applicants. What about osteopathic options? NYIT had an average GPA of 3.6 and an average MCAT of 504 for accepted students. Once you reach the interview stage of the medical school application process, it means you have what it takes to be a medical student. Then you have to do what is necessary to shine on your interview day. I suggest you read the Med Edit's Guide to the Medical School Interview for guidance on both the MMI and the traditional interview, and hit the subscribe button on this channel to stay tuned for more information about medical school interviews.